Hello. Let me begin the class using this word, the word spend, the verb spend, and asking you what two words are mainly used with this verb. Yes, you are right. On the one hand, we use the verb, we spend time, okay? And we can also, we can also spend money. Okay, a couple of important things about the use of the verb spend and with spend time or money. Normally when you talk about what you spend your time on, the actions you do, if another verb comes, then it comes in gerund. So for example, answering the question, what do you often spend a lot of time doing during the holidays? You could say, I spend a lot of time reading in the sun. But if you talk about last weekend, for example, maybe you could say, I spent a lot of time watching TV, or I spent 20 minutes talking to my mother on the phone. Alright, so that's a very typical combination, the verb spend time and then a gerund. With money, the preposition that follows is on. So what do you usually spend money on at the weekends? For example, that could be a question. And I spend a lot of money on drinks. Or yesterday I spent 200 euros on this phone, right? So these are two typical uses of the verb spend. Okay, I do this because in Unit 2A we're going to talk about money and spending money. We're going to see some vocabulary on money, and we're going to revise the present perfect and the past simple. Let's begin with vocabulary on money. Here you have a quiz that you have to take individually because obviously the class is online and we cannot do it in pairs or in groups. And here what you have to do is match the coins of the 8 different countries. So you have to match these pictures of these coins to the countries here. And then they ask you what currency they are. What currency do the other 2 countries use? These 2 other countries, France and Turkey. So let's do the matching, please. And we'll see in a minute. Okay, the solution. So if you do the matching, you will get these answers here. What currency are they? Brazil, it's the peso, right? China is the yuan. Hungary is the forint. Then Japan is the yen, I think. I'm saying this from memory because the book doesn't tell me. Then Mexico is the peso. I'm sorry, I said Brazil is the peso. No, Brazil is the real, right? Brazil is the, where is real? Here, real. So Mexico is the peso. Poland is the zloty. How do I know? I know because when I was young, I spent 2 months in Poland, in Warsaw, with a friend, and I had to use this coin. That's why I know. Then Russia uses the ruble. I don't know if it's here. Ruble, here, yes. Okay, Bank Russia, it says. And then Switzerland uses the franc, the Swiss franc. What currency do the other 2 countries use, France and Turkey? Well, you know very well that France uses the euro and Turkey uses the lira. Right. Okay. Let's go on with the quiz. Now we have a true-false questionnaire. Pause the video and answer, and we'll show you the solution in a moment. So these are the answers to these true-false questions. And if you want to know why they are false, this is the explanation. Alright, now let's expand the vocabulary. Go into the vocabulary section at the end of your book, and we're going to see vocabulary on money in different categories. So verbs, prepositions, nouns, and phrasal verbs. Let's begin with the verbs. It says complete the sentence with a verb from the list in the correct form. And here you have, for example, my uncle is going to leave me £2,000 when he dies. This is the same as saying I'm going to inherit £2,000. So I give you some time to do it, and then we will check. Have you done it? Let's check. We will listen and check.
2.1 Money 1.1
2.1
2.1
Money
Money
1
1
Verbs 1
1
I'm going to inherit
£2,000.
2
2
I save money every week.
3
3
He has promised to lend me
He has promised to lend me €50.
4
4
I need to borrow £20
£20 from my mum.
5
5
I often waste money
6
6
I can't afford to buy
that car.
7
7
The mechanic charges me
£100.
8
8
They cost $200.
They cost $200.
9
9
I owe Jim £100
£100.
10
10
I want to invest some money.
11
11
I earn £1,000
a month.
12
12
My house is worth about
€200,000.
13
13
We want to
raise money for the new hospital.
Now I'm going to show you the words. So very useful verbs to talk about money. So it's important that we learn this vocabulary. Now let's see some prepositions that go with certain verbs. So what you have to do here is complete the preposition column with a word from the list. Notice that you can use for twice. Example, would you like to pay cash or by credit card? This is the preposition that we use in this context. Okay, so pause the video, do this, and we'll see in a moment. Alright, let's listen and check.
2.2
2.2
2
Prepositions
1
1
Would you like to pay cash?
Would you like to pay cash or by credit card?
2
2
I paid for the dinner
last night. It was my birthday.
3
3
I spent £50
I spent £50 on books yesterday.
4
4
My uncle
invested all his money in property.
5
5
I don't like
lending money to friends.
6
6
I borrowed a lot of
money from the bank.
7
7
They charged us
€60 for a bottle of wine.
8
8
I never get into debt.
I never get into debt. I hate owing people money.
Let me now just show you the words, the prepositions. So you see that every verb takes a different preposition. It's important to know what is the correct preposition for each collocation, right? Okay, let's do the next section. So nouns that refer to money. Here we have bill, for example, which is a piece of paper that shows how much money you have to pay for something. This in American English would be check, which is la al conta, no? Well, at a restaurant. So try to do the matching with the other words, and I will show you again in a moment. Okay, let's listen and check.
2.3. 3. Nouns. 1.
Bill.
2.
Salary.
3.
Tax.
4.
Loan.
5.
Budget.
6.
Mortgage.
7.
Contactless payment.
8.
Insurance.
Okay, again, basic and very important vocabulary. Finally, let's see some phrasal verbs related to money. Please fill in the gaps. And let's check.
2.4. 4. Phrasal verbs. 1.
I took out 200 euros from a cash machine.
2.
Can I pay you back the money you lent me next week?
3.
I have to live off my parents while I'm at university.
4.
It's difficult for me and my wife to live on only one salary.
Okay. With this, we finish the vocabulary section. We will revise this sometime in the future, maybe in class. Anyway, if there is any question or if there's any doubt, please let me know in class. Perfect. So let's go back to the unit. Here we have a pronunciation tip and a question. Can you think of 3 words that rhyme with money? I've mentioned this in class many times, that some words like mother and brother, words that are written with an O, but this O is pronounced A, right? So let's do this together. The weekend is going to be hot and, yes, sunny. So words that rhyme with money. Somebody who makes you laugh is funny, correct? Would you like jam or honey on your toast? So you see that here we have 3 words rhyme with money. Money is written with an O, but you see that the sound is actually an A, like mother, like brother, like many other words that we have seen in class. So let's look at some words with the letter O and put them in the correct column according to their pronunciation. If it is pronounced A, like in up. If it is pronounced O, like in borrow. Or if it is pronounced O, like in phone. So please do this and we'll check in a minute. Okay, let's check it. And also let's listen to the pronunciation.
2.5.
Up. Done. Money. Nothing. Some. 1. Worry.
Clock. Borrow. Cost. Dollar. Honest. Promise. Shopping.
Phone. Clothes. Loan. Note. Sold.
Okay. Now it says look at some words with the letters OR, or. How is OR normally pronounced when it's stressed? And which 2 words are different? So think about that, look at this list and then tell me. So let's listen and check.
2.6. Afford.
Mortgage.
mortgage,
Order.
order,
Work.
work,
Organized.
organized,
Store.
store,
Worth.
worth.
Right, so you see that the answer is that the letters OR are normally pronounced O when they are stressed. But we've seen two exceptions like work and worth, which are pronounced and this applies to most words beginning with WOR and then a consonant. So that would be the answer. Right, now there's a kind of dictation, so listen and write the 6 sentences that you hear. So you can do this in a piece of paper. Are you ready? Okay, I play the recording.
2.7.
2.7.
1.
1.
Let's go shopping for
clothes.
2.
2.
Can I borrow some money?
3.
3.
He won
$1 million.
4.
4.
I've done nothing wrong.
5.
5.
They can't afford to pay the mortgage.
6.
6.
I work in a store.
Okay. As I see that there's no correction for this, no, because this is from the previous exercise. I'm going to play it again
2.7.
with the
1.
1.
sentences here.
Let's go shopping for clothes.
2.
2.
Can I borrow some money?
3.
3.
He won $1 million.
4.
4.
I've done nothing wrong.
5.
5.
They can't afford to pay the mortgage.
6.
6.
I work in a store.
Okay, did you write them correctly? I hope so. Okay, this exercise we will do it in class. So we finished this. Okay, let's do some reading now. There's an article on the next page. So look at the title, One Woman's No-Spend Year and How She Survived. And why do you think someone might decide to have a no-spend year? Alright, let's find out. So let's read the article and match the paragraphs to the topics here 1 to 7. And use the words in bold to help you. So please read the article. Okay, interesting, isn't it? So let's have a look at this. I'm going to show you the matching. So that would be the answer to this. Let's read the text again, and this time mark these sentences true or false. And if they are false, why are they false? Okay, I'm going to show it to you in a second. Okay, we will discuss about this in class as well. Now let's do this. It says read the information about compound nouns. So let's read it. Compound nouns. Compound nouns are two nouns together where the first noun describes the second one. For example, cash machine. So the first one describes the second one. So it's a machine that gives you cash. With compound nouns, the stress is usually on the first noun. So in the text that we have just read, there are 6 compound nouns that begin with the words in the circle, with these words. Can you try to find them? Exactly, these are the words olive oil, electricity bill, cleaning product, cycling trip, beauty treatment, and tap water. You see that the stress is always on the first noun. Okay, I think we will do this exercise in class as well, because it's the speaking part of the exercise. If you want to prepare it for class, that would be great. Let's have a look at these two people. Who do you think they are, or what relationship do you think they have? Okay, probably boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife. Let's see, let's read the conversation below and answer this question. What are they arguing about? So read it please and answer the question. Exactly, they are arguing about money, of course. Now let's do the exercise here. There are some gaps. Put the verbs here in these gaps in present perfect or past simple, and then we will listen and check. So, and let's check.
2.8.
2.8.
I haven't seen those shoes before. Are they new?
Yes, I've just bought them. Do you like them?
They're okay. How much did they cost?
Oh, not much. They were a bargain. Under £100.
You mean 99.99? That isn't cheap for a pair of shoes. Anyway, we can't afford to buy new clothes at the moment.
Why not?
Have you seen this?
No. What is it?
Our phone bill? It arrived this morning. And we haven't paid the house insurance yet.
Well, what about the iPad you bought last week?
What about it?
You didn't need a new one. The old one worked perfectly well.
But I needed the new model.
Well, I needed some new shoes.
Okay. Present perfect, past simple. I hope you did this correctly. In any case, let's have a look at the rules that apply to present perfect or past simple. Let's answer this question. What do we use? Do we use the present perfect or past simple for a completed action in the past? Exactly, that's a present simple. What about for recent actions when we don't ask or say exactly when? Recent actions when we don't say exactly when they happen. Exactly, present perfect. And in sentences with just, yet, and already, present perfect again. Probably this is going to be a revision for you, because maybe you've seen this in second course or in A2. But anyway, let's have a look at the grammar explanation here at the end of the book, the blue section. I'm going to give you some time to read it. Of course, you can pause the video and read it, and then we will do a couple of exercises. And as I said before, if there are any questions on the use of present perfect or anything about the lesson that you don't understand, next day in class you can ask me at the beginning of the class or any time during the class. Okay, well here. Okay, right, let's do the exercises that follow. Here you have to complete the conversation with present perfect form of the verb in brackets and an adverb from this list. You can use them more than once. Right, let's have a look at the solution. Here you are. You can pause the video and correct it. And let's do the other exercise. In this exercise, what you have to do is say whether the bold phrases in bold, are right or wrong. So you write a tick if it's correct, and you write a cross if it's incorrect. If it's incorrect, write the correct phrase. For example, I've never been in debt. That is correct. How much has your new camera cost? This is incorrect. How much did your new camera cost? I give you some time to do it. You can pause the video. I'm going to show you the solutions right now. Okay, here they are, correct or incorrect, and here you have the corrected versions of the incorrect sentences. Perfect. So let's go back to the book, and here we have a speaking exercise. This we will do in class next day, right? I'm leaving all the speaking for the in-person class, and now we're going to do a listening to finish the session. Okay, let me go back to single page view. Alright, so it's a listening about a scam, and if you don't know what the meaning of the word scam, here you have a definition. So it's a dishonest and illegal way of making money by tricking people. For example, selling a product online that doesn't exist. Here you have an example of a scam. It's an email. Now we won't discuss it, but we will have some time in class to do it. So it's an email, it's a scam, read it. And here it says, emails like this often have lots of mistakes, especially grammar and spelling. Correct the 10 highlighted mistakes. Okay, so you can pause the video and correct it, and I show you in a minute. Okay, any questions? We will comment them in class. So let's do this listening. Listen to a radio program about scams. How much money did Heather, Carl and Paul each lose? What's the most important advice the program gives? So let's listen to that and answer these questions.
2.12.
2.12. Hello and welcome to 5 Minute Money. Today we're talking about scams and scammers. Over 3 million people a year are victims of scams in the UK, and they lose an average of £1,200 each. So we all need to know what to look out for. We're going to hear 3 listeners' stories, and for each scam, we'll explain how to stay safe. Our first story is from Heather in Edinburgh.
A few months ago, I got an email from a friend who was away in Berlin. He said he'd lost his wallet and needed money to get home. He asked me for my credit card details. And I thought, well, he needs my help, so I sent him a reply with my card number and everything. But there was no reply, and I got suspicious. And I checked my credit card, and somebody had stolen over £2,000. And of course, I never got it back.
The friend abroad who needs help. But it isn't really a friend. It's a scammer who is using this friend's email account. Often this scam is obvious, either because you know your friend isn't abroad, or because the email has grammar and spelling mistakes. So always be suspicious of any strange emails from friends. The next story is from Carl in Hastings.
I got an email saying that I'd won quite a lot of money in the lottery in Spain. It looked official, and some of it was in Spanish. And last year I was on a holiday in Spain, and I did buy a lottery ticket, so I believed it. So I emailed back, and they replied and said the easiest thing was for me to send them my bank account details, and they'd pay the money direct into my bank. So I did, and I feel so stupid saying this now. And, of course, the next day my account was completely empty. Luckily, it was the day before payday, and I only had about £200 in there, but I learnt my lesson.
Yes, so again, never believe an email or message saying you've won a lottery, especially if you never bought a ticket. Our last story is from Paul in Bristol.
I just got back from work. It was about 6 o'clock, and the phone rang, and a very polite woman said it was Barclays Bank Security Division, and that there was a problem with my account. She said that somebody had tried to use my password online, and that my account wasn't safe. I was in the middle of buying a flat, and I thought, oh no, this sounds bad, because I had quite a lot of money in the account. She said the best solution was to transfer all the money into a new account to make sure it was safe. So she gave me an account number and an account name. It was my name. It was called Paul K. New Account. And I thanked her. And immediately after the call, I went online and transferred all my money to this new account. And that was the last time I saw it. It was a real disaster. I lost £20,000 and I couldn't buy my flat.
It's natural to cooperate if you think your bank is phoning you, but your bank will never ask you on the phone to transfer money to another account. If you get suspicious, just hang up, wait 10 minutes, then phone your bank to check if it really was them. So what's the most important thing to remember if you don't want to be the victim of a scam? Be very suspicious of strange emails from friends or from someone saying that you won a prize. And the same for phone calls from your bank. And above all, never, never give your bank account or credit card details to anybody, either in an email or on the phone, unless you are 100% sure who they really are.
Okay, interesting. So, let's answer these questions. How much money did Heather, Carl and Paul each lose? And what's the most important advice that the program gives? Here you have the amounts of money they lost or they were robbed. And the advice is never give your bank account or credit card details to anybody, either in an email or on the phone. Now, we can listen again and complete the gaps in the summary of each scam with 1 or 2 words. Okay, so you can go back in the recording and do this, and then I will show you in a moment what the missing words are. So listen again, go back in the recording and listen again, and here are the words. Okay. So it's a very interesting subject, money and scams and what you spend our money on and so on. So we will talk a little more in class, and I leave also this exercise here to discuss it in class, because I think we will have a very nice speaking session next day. So see you all on Wednesday, and that's all for today. Bye-bye.